Es momento de la entrevista, una exclusiva más de La Butaca. Prepárese porque vienen más programas especiales como estos, entrevista con los protagonistas del momento. En esta ocasión nos tocó entrevistar a Guillermo del Toro, Rinko Kikuchi, Charlie Day y por supuesto Robert Perlman, que participan en esta película. No le demos más vueltas al asunto y quédese porque vienen bastante información, sobre todo a los fanáticos de Hellboy, esta información.
We always thought alien life would come from the stars. But it came from deep beneath the Pacific.
What the hell is going on?
The first kaiju made land in San Francisco. The second attack hit Manila. Then the third one hit Cabo. And then we learned this was not going to stop.
Well, the experience of making this movie is a memory that I will treasure. Every time you came to set, you were on this exquisitely detailed, massive set that Guillermo had created, and everyone was so passionate and involved in the work. And for me, it was really wonderful to be working with a Mexican director and a Mexican cinematographer, and a really international crew. There were people from England and Canada, and it wasn't just all people from Hollywood. It was a really global experience. So that's a memory I'll treasure, getting to work with all those people.
I believe that kaiju bone powder is $500 a pound. What do you want?
I need to access a kaiju brain. Completely intact.
No. The skull plate is so dense that by the time you drill into it...
The brain's rotted away, but I'm talking about the secondary brain. Now, we both know that the kaiju are so large they need two brains to move around like a dinosaur.
In Mexico, which is where it all began, you know, my first address when we were shooting Kronos was like 3 blocks from here. This was my neighborhood for 2 months. Fell in love with the people, the city, the culture, the vibe, and so to come back and see him in this setting after we made a little $1 million movie 21 years ago, that's a cool memory. That's something that I will always cherish, that I got to be on the ride with him from the beginning to the current, and God only knows what might happen in the future.
What the hell do you want a secondary brain for anyway? I mean, every part of the kaiju sells. Cartilage, spleen, liver, even the crap. But the brain, too much ammonia. So what's the deal, little fella?
Well, that's classified. So I couldn't tell you, even if I wanted to. But it is pretty cool.
I learned that Ron was a clown and a big ham. I didn't know he was so funny. I guess he's funny as Hellboy, but he's also usually scary and intimidating and a tough guy. And even though that's his character in this movie, he's just wickedly funny. So that was a welcome surprise.
I learned how hard a job it is to give a comedic performance. Usually the guys who are comedians, where it looks like it's easy, that's the toughest thing to do. And the hardest working guys I've ever met are guys who do comedy. Because you have to play it so ultra seriously. That's what makes it fun.
I think so. I think so. I think my generation, your generation, I think we're less divided than the older generation. I think technology, like the internet and movies and these things have brought us closer together. So I think as a world, we've become less divided. I think there will always be politics and there will always be politicians trying to drive us apart, but I think our generation has made great strides into understanding each other and coming together more. I think you know, anyone my age meets someone my age from another country, and there's no weird tension about any differences. I think those are the problems of our fathers, and hopefully we'll leave them with them.
I think it's visionary. I think that it's essential. I think that it's I mean, now that we've watched, the world become one small place, one small community, because of technology and because of how fast you can get from one place to another, and because of how much we depend on each other for trade, for resources, et cetera, et cetera. If we don't begin to start thinking of ourselves as one entity, our separateness is going to be the thing that undermines our ability to fight, universal causes.
In order to fight monsters, we created monsters of our own. We needed a new weapon. The Jaeger program was born. Two pilots, our minds, our memories, connected. And man and machine become one.
Today, at the edge of our hope, the end of our time, we have chosen to believe in each other. Today we face the monsters that are at our door. Today we are canceling the apocalypse.
Pacific Rim es totalmente mía, pero desde el punto de vista más juvenil, más el chavo de Guadalajara, a mediados o finales de los 60, viendo la tele, yendo al cine a ver una película de monstruos gigantes, viendo monstruos del espacio, Ultraman, Ultra Seven, El Hombre de Acero, todas estas cosas. Y realmente lo bonito es que en la película trato de capturar ese sentido de lo maravilloso que tienes cuando eres un niño, que no tienes todo este filtro de adulto, de la autocensura, de la pretendida sobriedad intelectual. O sea, realmente te puedes entregar de lleno a esto, y en la película está ese sentimiento. Bueno, lo que tratamos de hacer fue empujar, no estamos creando ninguna herramienta técnica nueva, pero sí empujar algunas herramientas, tanto en modelado como en simulación y partículas y todo eso, que hacen de la película una cosa de avanzada técnica muy, muy al día. ILM, que es sin duda la mejor empresa de efectos especiales en el mundo, y el supervisor de la película, que es John Knoll, que es uno de los grandes maestros del cine digital. Apostamos por no nada más empujar técnicamente, sino por empujar técnicamente por motivos creativos. Entonces, hay una gran cantidad de cosas como las simulaciones del agua, que prácticamente son animación de personaje. Es decir, las olas que se estrellan contra los monstruos y todo esto, les dimos bastante personalidad. Y así sucesivamente. Filmamos la película utilizando, por ejemplo, una idea de iluminación muy diferente a la normal. No se siente como una película común y corriente. El aspecto visual de la película es profundamente personal. Es tan mía como cualquier otra. Si ves Hellboy, Pan's Labyrinth, El Laberinto del Fauno o esta, al hilo, el sentido del color, de la luz, todo, es muy continuo.
today, at the edge of our hope, the end of our time,
reason to believe in each other. The day we face the monsters that are at our door. Today we are canceling the apocalypse.
It is pretty cool.
Pacific Rim.
Make the choice. You woke up the baby.
I would like to finish the Hellboy trilogy. I just feel as though the first two movies were the setup for the third. You know, that we need to see this thing resolved and completed, and what happens to the destiny, the promise that Hellboy would destroy the world, versus the promise that he has grown up to be a force to save the world. So there's these two things that it's essential that they play out, in my mind.
Two very funny directors have made this movie, Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which is a really great cartoon. And they made the 21 Jump Street comedy, which was a really funny movie with Jonah Hill. And I knew these guys as young writers a long time ago. So when they asked me to be in the Lego movie, I was very excited to be a part of it. And I got to play the space guy, the Lego spaceman who loves building spaceships. And they're such funny guys. They have such a good sense of humor that I think they're going to make a really, really funny movie.
Relax, everybody, I'm here. Batman? Awesome! Could you make one of these in orange? I only work in black, and sometimes very, very dark gray.
Fue un placer estar con ustedes en este especial de Pacific Rim, Titanes del Pacífico. Ya está en las salas cinematográficas de nuestro país para que usted se lance de bolón ping-pong. Están apareciendo en nuestra pantalla, nuestras redes sociales, para que usted siempre esté bien informado de lo que nos apasiona, señores, la meca del cine. Mi nombre es Diego Armando Méndez. Nos vemos la próxima semana aquí, en su lugar, en La Butaca. Y prepárense porque vienen entrevistas en exclusiva con más personalidades y protagonistas del momento. Hasta entonces.